We are back. Another week of Lenny Randle's Hot Corner. I'm Ralph Tycho with the Comfortably Zoned Radio Network, and I'm honored to talk to my buddy Leonardo. How are you?
Bella.
Good to hear your voice, Lenny.
It's a good day. Hold on, this is our guest.
All right. Would you introduce him, please? Sign in, please.
Lenny? Ralph, you there?
Yes, I am.
Larry there.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Yes. I like that commercial. He's doing a commercial. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. What's
This
he doing
is Larry.
a commercial for, and who is he?
Larry owns Sports Life magazine. It's been in business, how long now? 15 years or 10 years?
About 15 years now.
That's it. In Palm Springs, Palmdale. We have to say Palm Desert because there's a difference.
Right.
Yes, I much prefer Palm Desert. Yes.
Okay. He's not near the prison. He's near normal people and golf course.
Not yet, anyways.
Well, he's not near the prison, but he's not necessarily near normal people.
Okay. Not necessarily.
You know, that's correct on so many front lines.
Right. You guys haven't had fires down there, have you?
I haven't started any lately, so I think we're okay.
Well, that's good. And I know Lenny's got an alibi for all these fires. But
well, if there's somebody, that's a good topic. Yeah, I had a lot of weird teammates. I better check and see who's living out there. We had a lot of fires in the dugout clubhouse. I'm sorry. I hope Brooke Ryland is
not out. What is your magazine about, and how did it get started?
Gosh, you know, it actually started way back when I met Greg Townsend from the Oakland Raiders, and I was looking for an idea of what to do because I had real estate magazines, and I was just fed up with it and just looking for a different avenue. And I met with him, and he says, you know, you need to kind of focus on, you know, the positive aspect of things, and because there's so much negativity out there, and a lot of the athletes just don't like it. And so we came up with the magazine, started out with the fact that, you know, we got some positive interviews, and then Lenny came in, and I told him about it, and we started taking off, and then Bert Sugar came along, and before he passed, and, you know, gave us some more ideas, and then, you know, just it started taking off from there, and we're kind of in a restructuring base right now because we're adding a whole bunch of new features to it, but that's basically everything in a nutshell.
Okay.
The great thing about it, Ralph,
that I hadn't heard in a couple of years, the late Bert Sugar of boxing journalistic fame. Tell me something about him. I know very little about him. I'm not all that big a boxing fan, but he was a character on television for a long time. Tell me your experience with Bert.
Well, it was quite interesting. He was a man of all trades. Because we used to have our own little radio show a lot, and he was on there almost like on a weekly basis, just talking about different aspects of his business, his books, his cigars, his drink, you know, and
his hat.
his hat, and he was very inspirational. He certainly guided us in the right direction. In fact, the guy used to write his own articles for our magazine because he didn't want anybody writing it for him. So he would submit the articles. We would go ahead and push it in. In fact, we've got his last article before his passing, which was such a heartbreak because he was such a big inspiration into the boxing industry, and we all know the boxing industry is so political now. But you know, he held it together, you know, with the bigger fights and stuff like that. And he went on to talk about that over and over because he was such a boxing fan. I mean, he was just, man, he'd walk down those arenas with girls all around him, big old cigar, his hat, and he'd be cruising down that aisle like he was 20 years old.
Wow.
Ralph, one time,
what's as well?
Sorry?
All right, talk over you, Lenny.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Ralph.
No, you go ahead. You.
I remember he sent me down. I was in Palm Springs or somewhere in San Bernardino, and he goes, Bert wants to meet you at the hotel downtown Los Angeles with Oscar De La Hoya's pre-promo fight by ESPN. I go, okay, what do you mean pre-promo fight? Well, he got a book coming out, and he wants to give you a copy of it. And if you go down there now, you can meet him and help him promote his next book and do his photo op or whatever. I go, Oscar Lilo. This is when he's just starting to open up the Golden Boy Productions. He had an outdoor fighting show in downtown L.A. Everybody was shocked by the Staples Center. And so I went out there and I went, Larry, you sure this guy's normal? I mean, he goes, no, he's more down to earth than you'll ever know. I looked at him like a Leroy Neiman, iconoclastic kind of, Andy Warholish. But he was like a little bit of Howard Cosell, a little bit of Muhammad Ali, a little bit of he had all those personalities in his entourage. And it fascinated me. He goes, now look, I'm not like most guys. I'm buying lunch. You don't have to buy lunch. I go, I'm in. That never happens, Ralph. Nobody ever buys me lunch or dinner. When it does, my son or my wife go, are they on medication? People always want me to pick up the $300 tab. I don't know why that is.
All right.
But he's an awesome guy. Just an awesome character.
Did you guys talk baseball?
Major baseball fan. The guy was he's big time. He's baseball and boxing and anything with a B in it, he was into it. Baseball, boxing, and babes.
Yep, in a box of cigars.
In a box of cigars. So yeah, he was into baseball. He was a babe magnet as well. I mean, women liked the guy. He was colorful. I never asked him about his social life. He was married, had kids, whatever. But he was just charismatic to everybody. He was just a personality. TV really made him what it was. Because when he came on with his talk show, and everybody like from Cabot to Johnny Carson, Leno, everybody wanted him on the show because he was a great talker. It was interesting. He's like a Hollywood type radio / Cosell.
He's an early version of Lynda Randle. He's an early version of Lenny.
I wanted his hat. Larry, I wanted his hat. I said, dude, where are you getting your Humberts?
I don't think that hat ever left his head.
He probably wanted your Mets hat more than you wanted his fedora.
Well, I said, look, if you give me Joe Frazier's hat, I'll get you a Met hat, and then you give me your hat. We'll make a 3-way trade. You see, you got Joe Frazier wearing hats. Yeah, he was that Mad Hatter.
Guess what you want to know.
Well, the great thing about Larry's educational thing that he's doing out in Palm Springs with 31 future Ralphs and future Bert Sugars and future what's the guy? Who's your favorite sports writer? Red Smith or Dick Young, or I don't know who you guys like over the history of writing sports articles.
Mine would have been Leonard Coppett was right up there for me. Red Smith was great.
We might have to update today's generation, so help me out with that, Ralph.
Oh, yes.
Brian Gumble.
My audience, the average age of my audience
Chris Berman
is deceased. So I will upgrade that, and I will tell you that the Bay Area had a sports writer recently retired, a journalist, Mark Purdy, a columnist with the San Jose Mercury, and he's beloved in the Bay Area. He retired very young to retire, just wanted to go on to do other things. So for the Bay Area, my nominee is Mr. Purdy.
Purdy? Okay.
Yeah.
And Larry, who's yours?
I don't have any.
You don't have any?
No.
There used to be an identity, though. Guys would. Good.
Larry, do you remember getting a byline for the first time of some sort, or getting an article published when you were very young and how that affected you?
It never did. In fact, publishing wasn't even my thing. It just kind of fell into my lap as I was explaining with, meeting up with Greg Townsend and, of course, Lenny and, Bert Sugar, and, putting the three together, we came out with so many different aspects of what we need to do for what the people would like to see. But, going back to the kids thing, what we're doing is that, we're working with the Palm Desert Charter, and, we're giving these kids, these 6th, 7th, and 8th graders opportunities because, in fact, just on Friday we went to the Oscar De La Hoya boxing match, and Fantasy Springs Casino allows my students to do ringside photography and then actually get to sit in the area where the journalists are doing the articles, and it's really quite neat to see these kids go at it because you would never know how much they put into it. You would think 6th, 7th, and 8th graders are going to go there and just mess around. No, not at all. And it's like, you can actually go to our website, sportslifemagazine.com, go to SLM Junior, and you can actually see the magazines that are put together from the students, because basically I take what they write, what they've learned, their editing skills, graphics, layouts, and the events that they do, and I create them at 32-page magazine, and I put it online. And we actually print copies here for the Coachella Valley that distributes to the school, which is, it's starting to spread now because other schools want to pick it up. But, it's a good opportunity for people to see what 6th, 7th, and 8th graders are very capable of doing. And, we come out with 6 issues a year with this thing. And
for kids, if I had that when I was a kid, that would have been incredibly helpful. And because by the time you're in 7th grade, you should have a career path. You should be thinking about that. And this is terrific.
Well, Ralph, the great advantage they have a great advantage. Think about it. We didn't wait. I don't know, Polaroid came into our life maybe at 15, Polaroid cameras.
Right.
They started 7 years old or out of the womb. They're doing cameras and selfies. They're doing selfies at 5. 5 years old. So by the time they're in middle school, they're like Walter Cronkite.
Mom's a little disturbed with that first selfie, but that's all right. She's shy now, but we're going to make a star out of you, Mama.
Well, the thing is, with the selfies and stuff, the kids in this generation need to understand that it's not all about doing selfies, where they can take the advantage of what they're doing and put it into perspective, like what we're doing with the magazine. And, the transition between, middle school and high school is probably the hardest the kids have to deal with. And so if they have like goals or something set aside, or like what we're doing and what Lenny's going to do here in the near future with the, baseball clinic also, it's a good thing. It's certainly a good thing, especially for this younger generation that they have to deal with so much. I mean, when I was back their age, the way the world turns back then was nothing like it is now.
Oh, yeah.
No, they have too much on the plate.
And it was so far back. And now they're going through this. I think it's a great program. Is your magazine brick and mortar, or is it just online?
It's both. It's paper and also digital.
Okay. And do you have a crew that sells local advertising, or is most of what you do trying to get national advertising?
Well, the national advertising, we could use some more salespeople. For the local, it's quite simple because the parents that see their children that are writing the articles, they come in with their businesses and stuff like that. So, yeah, the children's one's more based of a local, and then I have, the national, obviously.
Okay.
The great thing about it, Ralph, one day you'll have one up in Alameda, California, but in Palm Springs we had a session, and I walked in the room, and the principal and the vice principal are both Cub fans. I had no idea. I thought they were Giants or Dodgers because, Palm Springs are Angel fans. So we walk in the room, and these 31 kids, pencils are blazing, and there are no pencils. They're using a phone to type in their Messenger and their Twitter accounts or whatever it's, Instagram accounts. And it was like flash, 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 flash. and the teachers turned into like 12-year-old students again. It was I'm like, Larry, what am I doing here? I got mobbed. I was in the corner, the desk clerk. I mean, they're so enthusiastic about sports, baseball, and see the film. You know, when you see sports movies, or one photo of Tom Brady, or one photo of Oscar De La Hoya, or Tyson, or whoever they might admire, and then they go, well, Steve McQueen was my first. You know, these are teachers going, and he had a Mustang, and he did the movie Bullet. We thought he was an athlete.
Lenny,
Yeah.
You referred to Bullet, to indulge us, Larry. In our talks, you referred to Bullet 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I got off into some long story about going into San Francisco. I used to drive my car and pick up GIs at the airport and bring them back to Travis, and vice versa. I'd pick up GIs at Travis, bring them to the airport. It was the time they were filming Bullet. And there was an airport scene that, and I was just hanging around, didn't get shot, didn't get photographed or anything. But I watched them do an interior thing for Bullet at the San Francisco airport, and this has to be 1960. I'd say 67 or bordering on 68. That's how far back that goes. So Bullet is...
and everybody wanted a car like that.
Everybody wanted to be Steve McQueen, for crying out loud.
Oh, my God.
He was as cool as it gets, and it really was like a travel ad for a Chamber of Commerce thing for San Francisco. The views of the city are just absolutely breathtaking.
Ghirardelli Square, Alcatraz, all that. I can't believe the car didn't just tear up the way he was driving. And the amazing thing, he's from Chino Hills area where the Ball brothers live. It's the Boys Republic, which is an all-boys school with guys that don't want to go to detention, don't want to go to class, guys that had personal problems or whatever. But it grew. He grew. It just made him an amazing character because of the characters that he was around through the Chino Hills area. And he got out of there and got into acting. And then he liked fast cars. Who didn't like fast cars at that age? Suddenly, when I look at those kids, I go, they have no clue how much Larry, you got kids that are going to be future writers, not just sports. They're going to be covering Hollywood. They're going to be covering, doing their own films or writing their own scripts, writing their own movie, the backdrop of lighting. In middle school, can you imagine, Ralph, learning photography and writing and film industry and videography and cinematography with a phone now? They could do a whole movie with a phone.
This is an amazing age.
And post it. So, a little documentary, docudrama. Walking to Class is a movie.
Do you guys remember Steve McQueen's first movie? The movie that brought him to light? It wasn't Bullet. It was a movie.
It was a Western with Clint Eastwood, wasn't it?
Great Escape. It wasn't Clint Eastwood. It was James Gardner was in it. Two or three other guys, and it's he rides his own motorcycle, and it's about like a Stalag that they were in during.
The German one. Is that the German film where he's gone through the
absolutely
through the hills and I went to Germany just for that reason. I want to go because I'm a movie buff. I wasn't, I was like 6, 7, 8, whatever, watching this stuff. But history, I was into history. And I go, wow, wouldn't it be nice to go to the Vatican or go to where Steve McQueen jumped into the hills and landed? Then the motorcycles guys were like German tanks. They didn't break. So Hitler knew something we didn't know about metal and steel and motorcycles.
He knew enough.
This is Harley stuff, guys. This is like before Harley, right? Volkswagen, the Jeep, and the Hummer. The Hummer. Not the Palm Springs Hummer. I'm talking cars here. Okay, I'm sorry.
All this gives Hummers.
Oh Lord.
Larry, help me. You got to get me off this subject. How did you and Lenny first come to know each other? First time.
Oh my. I don't know, Lenny, we go kind of way back here, so I want to say, I think it might have started out with maybe an interview we did with you.
Interview and golfing and celebrity event out in Palm Springs and putting together.
Oh, you know what? It was
event or something.
The WBC.
WBC. Yeah.
Remember the WBC golf tournament that they did about 15 years ago in San Diego?
Yeah, that was what it was.
That's where I think we met, because I think you hit me with the golf club.
Were you a little...
Larry only carries 4 clubs.
You just didn't want to deal with the press? Was that it?
No. I don't do normal golf. I use the golf club like a billiard cue. When I can't hit it, I just shoot it like a billiard cue. I only have 4 clubs when I play golf, and I sprint golf. I didn't get in the cart. So
because I think the golf course that we were on had 48 holes, right, Lenny?
48, yeah. We didn't do normal golf, Larry. It was not your typical golf tournament. Celebrity golf tournaments are never what you think they are. They're always comical, fun. Some people have, think they're going to win a lotto or something when they're playing. I go to eat.
Okay. Larry, you have a guy living in Palm Springs that would be a terrific story if you could interview him. He's Pete Rickard. He's a retired pitcher with Dodgers, the Orioles, pitched in the World Series, and just a terrific guy. Went into coaching, minor league coaching, when his career was over, and just a great guy that I knew back in the day, and interesting, charming, and he'll talk a little baseball history with you. So if you get a chance to hook up with Pete Rickard, please do, Larry, and tell him the old Tops man said hello.
Oh, well, certainly we'll do that, because there might be 2 avenues that we can utilize with that. One for the national, maybe we can get him down to the school for the kids to have a chance to interview him.
Oh, you'd love he's infectious. He's like Lenny. He's got a positive attitude, and like I say, some really old-time stories that good for everybody, not just the kids.
Wonderful.
There was what you mean by Tops, let me kind of give Larry a heads up, because Larry was not a Tops card kid collector. Larry kept books, magazines, and dogs and cats.
Okay.
I gave up on the cats.
Okay, forget the cats. He collect dogs. The Tops card is what Ralph used to have players sign to get this player's contract. And then we'd get a bubblegum card or, baseball card. And he was one of the representatives, Larry. So that's how he knew most of the baseball players, because he was a
in that
rep
job.
for Tops.
I got to spend a lot of time in Palm Springs because the Angels had an A-team down there. It was shortly after they stopped spring training in Palm Springs, but a lot of Angels. Tim Salmon came through there, Jim Edmonds. We talked a few weeks ago to Troy Percival, who came up in the Angel system through Palm Springs. And Gene Autry had his spring training when the Angels were first born in '61. I think for the first few years they had spring training in Palm Springs. And,
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Hey, do you remember Fred Williamson at all, Ralph? The football player, Hammer? Do you remember Clyde Wright?
With Kansas City, the Hammer.
Okay. There are about 14 celebrity guys that live out there with Johnny Bench as well in Palm Springs, and they don't want anybody to know it. Yeah. It's kind of like, it used to be the Rat Pack Hollywood Retreat and Celebrity Retreat, to go out in Palm Springs and hide and golf and act like you're rich.
Well, I wasn't rich when I came out there, but I thought I lived like a rich person. they're
Well, you had Topps cards. You were rich. You had Topps cards. You were.
Oh,
rich.
that's true. I had boxes and boxes of cards to give out to players and trade for stuff. It was
you could make trades.
Yeah. Oh, you could. They gave them out as samples, so people gave me bats and autograph balls and stuff. The same thing you did for your whole life, Lenny. Just trade stuff.
Yeah, but what did you collect, Ralph? And what did you collect, Larry? What did you actually collect other than cards? Or did you collect cards at all, Larry?
No, I didn't collect cards. I was more of a coin collector.
Coins, okay. So numismatics for
kid with those little things that you licked and put on the stamp, and then pretty soon you screwed it
still have them?
where everything's wet. And yeah, but stamps are beautiful in those days. Different countries had their. I remember English stamps, and it makes you want to learn about geography, and what have you. Anything you collect, anything you can see, and you can make an addition to your collection over the years. Whatever.
Well, Larry's kids at the campus, Ralph, were asking, "How much are you worth?" And I go, "What do you mean?" I said, "My wife thinks I'm 99 cents." No, what is your card worth? So they eBayed me right on the spot. I'm going, okay, we're gonna have a memorabilia class now because you guys you're gonna pay off your houses with these cards. You're going to pay your scholarship with these cards. Suddenly, they realized the value of a baseball card. They didn't know that they were $1,000, $1,500, and some of the balls and the memorabilia.
The value of being on a baseball card. Whoa, Lenny.
Yeah, that alone is phenomenal. In Italy, we call them figurino. It's a figurino. They're like driver's license. They think it's like a driver's license.
You knew my old boss, Cy Berger, with Topps.
Cy Berger, phenomenal guy, yeah.
And you have some great pictures with the Mets on cards. I mean, they took some time with you. There's a lot. So you're a good poser. Let me put it to you that way.
No, let me put it to you like this, Larry and Ralph. It was the underworld. It was CIA, FBI taking those photos. I don't know how they took some of those photos. I don't remember posing for those photos.
Well, you saw them in the post office.
Paparazzi before it was paparazzi. I had a card I was eating with Leroy Neiman, and I'm holding this painting with a fork. We're eating dinner. I'm going, who the hell? Who took that photo? See, in New York, I think is where it started. You took pictures. Yeah, I think it started eating breakfast. You go to the park, go to the subway. I mean, we get on the train, and all of a sudden there's a picture of Tug McGraw holding the rail. And then the ball's in his left hand. I'm going, and then the people want, where do you get that card? I don't know. Some guy. It was like you were always being photographed.
You have
in New York.
Famous picture giving Nixon the peace sign, holding it up behind his head, and we talked about that last week. Who was the white guy behind you guys watching it go down? The white guy smiling at you. Who was that?
He's cracking. That's Ballard, Brian Ballard. He was a pitcher, right-hand pitcher. Brian Ballard lives in Spokane, Washington, and he said that pitcher made him president of Little League. So whoever takes a picture with the president ends up being a president of a car dealership, cars, or a school. It's just kind of, I guess, it's a royal shot. And to this day, we still keep up with each other. He's in real estate, and he does Little League baseball as a promoter. Brian Ballard was a good pitcher.
Estimated 6
former
teammates over the years.
More than that, if you want to count Italy, Japan, Europe, and Spain. You want to stay local? Fine. You want to go to Canada? We'll keep that out. You want to go to Taiwan, Japan?
Also, summer league or winter leagues when you
Yeah, Bellingham, Washington, and Grand Junction, Colorado, with Sam Simplizio, Joe Martin. We had, half of UCLA was there, and half of SC, and half of Idaho, and had teammates from all over the country coming to those Alaska. Nobody knows there's baseball in Alaska, right?
Right.
Did you know that, Larry?
No.
It's okay. Welcome to. Tell your kids to look that up Thursday and say, look, our assignment is to find out the name of the team. Whoever gets it gets an autographed ball worth $150. If they can guess what's the name of the team in Alaska, and why is there a team in Alaska, and if they name
Alaska?
5 players, any part of Alaska.
The Gold Diggers or something like that. The Alaska.
Gold Panners. It's the Gold Panners.
Gold Panners. Okay.
Gold Panners. Yeah.
You tell those kids to split the money with Uncle Ralph.
Yeah. Good luck.
1-800 Uncle Ralph.
Good luck. Larry, who teaches your kids photography? Do you have local professionals?
I do it myself.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're a versatile guy, Larry.
No, he's got 10 hats.
I try to be anyways.
Good.
He's got 10 hats.
What's next?
Yeah.
Where do you want to see the magazine growing? Because if you ain't growing, you're dying.
Well, for me, it's all about the educational system. So I would like to see it spread to, different schools. Talking about the local one anyways. And I'll get into the national. I'll let you know what we're doing. But let me get through this first one. Again, it's all about the education. And even if other people would pick up where I am at and they could take it to the other schools, because most of the schools have like these after-school programs like ACES and YMCA, and they're always looking for like extra, I guess you would call them curriculums, I guess, for the kids that they do, because they have like their homework hour, they have this, and this, and I'd like to see them put something like this in there because the response and what I see, I get some of the most troubled kids that turn out to be the best.
They're creative.
And it's really amazing to see. I mean, you can't disqualify anybody from this, and that's what makes it really interesting because you get the worst of them and the best of them, and they all come out, on top of their game, especially when it comes to doing this. And yeah, I do teach them photography. I teach them, how to write, how the headings and how your titles are found and how your editing is done and what you need to ask and, when is it the appropriate time for them to go and interview somebody and what type of questions that you need to ask, that kind of thing. And so that's what I would like to see. I'd like to see it grow in that aspect, and I think it will because I've had some other schools already calling, and so let's see where it goes. I mean, our next issue comes out here in the next couple of months, what the kids have done, and we'll see. And then as for the digital, the national, Lenny, I was going to talk to you about this too, by the way, because I'm getting a hold of Brent Boyd. You remember him?
Yeah, I know Brent Boyd, yeah.
Okay, but you know how the controversy is now with that CBD and all that stuff with the NFL and NHL and NBA and how some of the players from the NBA are getting into the CBD? Well, that's the kind of direction we're looking into right now because I've seen some pretty remarkable things with the CBD. In fact, I'm part of the IHJA equestrian industry board of directors, and we've tried that CBD product. It's a non-THC product. It's just the abstracts of the hemp. And they actually give that to the horses. And we tested it on the horses for about, I think it was about a couple of months. The horse went completely off bute, and bute is a pharmaceutical drug that they use for horses for lame. And what happens when they use that, it may heal the lameness of the horse, but it also attacks their other organs inside the body. Well, after 2 months of research on this with the CBD, the horse was perfectly sound. It's no longer on bute. It's no longer on any kind of pharmaceutical drug. And it's on all the natural cookies from the CBD.
Wow.
So
if they accept that, that's a big breakthrough with all the...
Well, you got a 1,000-pound horse that is eating 2 cookies a day of 100 milligrams of the CBD, which is very, very little. And it's a cookie about the size of a quarter, and they get 2 of those a day. Now, you tell me, how in the world is a 14-year-old horse going to become perfectly sound, even more so than bute? There's something there.
Mm-hmm. Ralph, you may not know this.
Not there from humans. I think they're going to put me on a petri dish when I'm dead and learn a lot about all.
No, we'll just recycle you. You're recyclable.
Oh, okay. What if they put me in the wrong bin? Well, it's the green one, damn it. It's the green one. I'm not even dead yet. Can't you?
Okay, we'll have a rehearsal. We'll do a pre-review.
I have that rehearsal going on every day. My pre-death.
Oh, yeah. See who shows up and see what they do.
We're all leading up to it. Hey guys, this has been tremendous. I enjoyed having you, Larry, on
Thank you.
the show. And Lenny and I, we're going to talk 2 or 3 times a week as we've been doing. And once a week I put all these things together, and we get an insight of what it's like to be the most interesting man in baseball, Lenny Randle.
We're going to have the whole class interview you live from the classroom, so pick up the phone next time I call. I was on the gun last time I called you, and Larry was going, "You sure he's alive? You sure he's here?"
Well, basically the class is on Thursday from 3 to 4, and if it's something you're available to do, Ralph, that would be wonderful. Because I would like somebody to actually, on the end of your end, to ask these guys questions and see how they respond.
I'll video it, so it'll be posted.
One of the satisfying things for me has been really nice. I've been talking to Lenny's kids for 2 or 3 weeks now, on and off, and it's amazing how articulate they are and how not afraid of the questions they are, and it's cool. I'll be here. You want to make a firm time? Lenny, we could do it through you.
Yeah, we'll schedule it. Yeah.
Let's do it 3 o'clock on Thursday, 3 Pacific, and we'll do the same numbers.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan. That sounds good to me. Lenny, can you make it down this Thursday?
Yeah, I can. I got to do a background check on Ralph, though, then I'll come out.
Yeah. Don't forget the live scan, all right?
Forget the live scan, right? I got to do a live scan on Ralph.
All right. My hands are behind my back. I have the right to remain silent. I just don't have the ability.
Anything you can do will be heard from everyone, right?
After the show, you can take the 5th, Larry. Take the 5th.
Yeah. What show's the 6th?
But don't drink after the show. Wait till this evening, and don't drive drunk. Hey guys, thanks for doing this for the kids. I'm going to end. Lenny, I have this all over the website. Anybody who enjoys these offerings, I would like if you would get in the habit of accumulating slightly used children's books, put them in a box, collect from your neighbors and what have you, and bring them down to the Head Start program. There's a Head Start in every city in the United States, and probably in Italy and Germany as well, Lenny.
Everywhere.
But if we get kids reading before kindergarten, and so they go in prepared to raise their hands in a positive way and answer questions, then it gets off to a terrific start, and they don't have to play catch-up. So get them reading. Bring them some books.
Yeah. Do
it through Head Start. And Lenny will talk tomorrow morning, same time, same place. And Larry, I've got it down for Thursday at 3, and Lenny will get it together for the 3 of us. And the kids.
Yeah, get them ready.
All right, that sounds wonderful. Hey, thanks for having me on, guys. Yep.
Yeah, Larry, tell them the gargle.
Lenny, see you tomorrow, and Larry on Thursday. Everybody out there, keep on keeping on, and we'll be back. Adios.
Sorry, bye.
We are back. Lenny Randle's Hot Corner. Here's the man himself, Lenny Randle.
Ciao, I got a special guest, about 10 and 11 players, and one CFL Hall of Famer here in Vista Marietta player, future Ram John Hardy from the University of Hawaii. Defensive back, very hard to reach, and he's going to be a free agent for Chargers, Rams, or Raiders. But the guy that's going to talk about him today is Gavin, who's a lefty, who's like a Tom Brady, he says he's a quarterback that doesn't want to be a quarterback that's a wide receiver. He doesn't know it yet. Then I got Gabe, who could be Tebow, but he doesn't want to be Tebow. He wants to be Gabe, which is okay.
Hey, that's the best.
And I got a clone. You remember Ricky Williams, one of the famous Miami Dolphin running back, and Marshall Faulk?
Yes, a brother of mine, if you will. Ricky Williams, terrific running back, and a person who looked into his own head.
Well, I'm going to give you each website, and these guys have their own pages. Are you on Instagram or YouTube?
Instagram and YouTube.
Okay, his name is
Jalen Thompson.
Jalen Thompson on YouTube or Instagram. You can look him up. Clone.
Galen, I'm going to be following you because you don't want to be like anybody else. You just want to be Galen.
Come on, you guys.
That's very cool.
You're next. Come on. All right. Then we have another running back, wide receiver. Go ahead.
Eric Dunham.
Eric Dunham, you're running back.
Eric Dunham, yeah.
Eric Dunham, and your website or YouTube, Instagram?
Yeah. On Instagram, my name's I am_ED30. And on YouTube, you can just look up my name, Eric Dunham.
And he is a clone David Beckham, as we speak. When I send you these photos, you're going to be shocked. Now, here's the interesting guy, Gavin. He's like the spokesman, lawyer, agent / player representative, like a Howie Long kind of guy. He doesn't know who that is, but I'll update. Let me give you a, let's see.
Would you say he's a clubhouse lawyer, Lenny?
He's a clubhouse lawyer, yeah. Every time we ask him what time is it, he'll give me, well, in what country.
Right. And tell you how to build the watch.
And how to build a Coliseum in Rome. And go ahead, Gavin. Tell them what your website is, your Instagram.
At Instagram, Gavin_LSU16.
Okay.
And for YouTube, you can just search up my name, Gavin Burleson.
You remember the guy that played with the Dallas Cowboys? I think it's Blakely that caught the pass and put it on the back of his back.
Coach, that was the Giants, coach.
No,
that's Beasley.
Beasley. He's a Cowboy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Beasley with the Cowboys. Gavin is a clone Beasley.
Okay.
But he doesn't want to be a quarterback, even though it should be.
Coach,
He's a wide receiver. Okay, good. He's got a great arm. So here's your interview. Give me your website.
Oh.
Or your Instagram or whatever.
At Gavin Burleson _LSU16. And for YouTube, you can just search up my name, Gavin Burleson.
Okay. Now go ahead. You next.
I don't have it.
I know, but you have a website. You see him posted today.
I don't.
I'm posting. I just posted you today. And your dad and Coach Morin always posted up your wide receiver and DB, right? This kid's from Texas. You get the three brothers. Remember earlier? Are you there, Ralph?
Yes, I do. And
the three brothers from Texas. This is Michael. Now, let me give you a little story on Michael. You always have a player that's kind of like distant from the rest of the group, but they're top athletes. But they don't feel like they belong because they'd rather be doing finger painting or building a house.
Okay.
But they're there. You know they're there with you, but they're not mentally there yet because they might be bored or might be thinking of the next play or the next sport or the next Microsoft Nintendo game. But they're there. He'll drift afar, and we got to reel him back in. But he is a talent. He's the top 4 talent in the complex. Speed, agility.
Let's be serious for a second about video games. Do they help with hand-eye coordination? Is there something that the kids can get out of it on a rainy day, perhaps?
For sure. Tell them what you're getting out of playing video games. What does it do? Enhance your what?
My fingers.
Fingers? Okay. What else?
Like some video games, it's including problems.
Solving problems. It makes you a quicker thinker, a sharp thinker, faster thinker. So your tactical skills. Some kids are dyslexic, so they might be able to type better on a computer than they would if they were handwriting. I remember in 2009, a lot of kids quit writing stories or writing homework or writing period. They dropped the pencil and the ink pen. Bic practically went out of business because kids didn't want to write anymore. They wanted to do computers. So now they all have personal computers, laptops and phones where they could actually tactically type in, and it solved the problem of writing. Now they're writing better, writing more. They may have lost their penmanship or their calligraphy, but they're still sharp by using the computer. 5 of the kids we had got $50,000 scholarships to be graphic artists, and they invented a new game that's on the Microsoft plant. Wow. We actually took the kids with Bill Gates. I did Bill Gates' camp. I had 200 of his employees and kids at a camp in Seattle. Bill said, hey, train my granddaughter and we'll make them a star, because I don't want kids to just be nerdy like me and not be able to be in the outfield or infield and be a part of the game. So he guided those kids in and gave them computers and taught them how to use a computer to create games. And then they'll give them a scholarship for that, and they go to school on a full ride learning how to do Microsoft. It's a great thing. There's always a reward. Some people take it negative, like, if you put a time limit on it, like 20 minutes or 30 seconds or, depending on your day, you don't want to have the kid addicted to the laptop. You want him to creatively use it. Like, his brother was doing math problems on the computer. And
there's a game, Prodigy. So,
go ahead.
It's a Prodigy, where there was it's a wizard game where it's math, but you're battling other people.
So you're playing people around the world, Ralph, not just the kids in the room. Germany, Portugal, Italy, Brooklyn, Columbia, Oakland. You don't know what kids are from unless they want to give you their Instagram or their code. And these are the kids are like 16 and under that. Some of them might be adults, boys. You don't know, because it's from 8 to 8 now. I see little kids with cell phones at 8 years old in elementary school now.
Well, if channeled right, what a tool it can be. It has to be with moderation, though.
Well, in our homeschool, we have tutors for each kid so that they can stay ahead of their actual public schools. And when they do this extra work, Excel program, or whoever we invite in to teach the additional, minutes and hours of training with the computer writing literature, we're getting ready for D1 college. These guys have 3.5 and 4-point GPA, and they're writing the national curriculum. And they'll go straight from here, be a starter at high school or starter at Texas A&M, UNLV, Arizona State. We have 2 kids at Humboldt, Washington. So we're sending them out of here ready to play D1 ball. And if they don't want to play ball, be a trainer, because we're showing them training drills. Or a medical field. They could go into then kinesiology or sports management. So it has its benefits. And if you use them properly, make school fun again. Make it like they're dying to get to the classroom. These kids used to not be dying to go to public school. Now they don't want to go. We're done at 2 and they're here to 4.
It's beautiful. You have to include broadcasting in that. These kids need early broadcasting training. And you're helping by teaching them to communicate with me, for instance, and introducing themselves. They're very articulate. It's very cool.
Well,
it's
amazing that Michael is, how old are you now? 11 years old, and he's thinking he's the next Rumble or the next Jim Hill or the next Scott. Booyah! So it has its benefits, and I'm thinking everybody understands him. He's very articulate, and he's very grounded. Now, he's like, Lenny, I don't even want to go work out. I want to be your co-anchor.
Well, you tell him to work out. And I have an option to be the co-anchor.
No, he said he hasn't had enough. Do you have any questions for him? Go ahead.
All right.
Michael,
what
go
was
ahead.
your first introduction to sports? Who took you to your first game?
It was actually my dad and mom. Because I first played soccer before I played football.
He's a Marine.
Okay.
Now, his dad's a Marine.
Oh, really?
His name was what? Yeah, his dad's a Marine out of Texas.
Well, you tell your dad to thank him. He's a Marine, you say?
Yeah.
Well, would you thank him for me for serving our country? That's pretty cool.
You know?
What has he passed on to you that you're really glad he's your dad about? What did he tell you that sticks with you in life?
Because everybody says that me and him look alike, and sometimes act alike.
So you're a chip
Well, that's
off
what
the
you
old
call a role
shoulder.
model. Role model in the home.
Very cool.
His dad is the president of his house. I'm going to try to get John Harding over here in a second, and he'll tell you his story as well. You got any more questions for Ralph? Now, you're on radio live, and all these people listening. You'll be on YouTube. And you'll be able to find this on YouTube probably within this week or tomorrow.
Absolutely. This show will be on YouTube by the end of the week, and you can go to it, and it'll be a history for you when you look back. This might be your first interview, and that's pretty exciting. First anything is pretty exciting.
So we're going to get another guest, and unless you have a question for me before I reach him.
Well, I want to ask you, what was the first uniform you ever
You want to be
wore?
interviewed?
Your first soccer uniform you ever wore. What team was it?
The first soccer uniform?
Yeah, you said you played soccer first.
Yeah. What was your first soccer uniform you ever wore?
Red.
What team?
Fire.
He went Red Fire.
My brother, he played for Kadena Fire.
Kadena Fire. What city is that in?
Oh, that's in Japan.
He played in Japan.
Wow. Very nice.
And this is his brother Aaron. He played in Japan as well. Come on. Now, playing in Japan, they played in Japan, what, 2 years? How many years?
6 years.
6 years they lived in Japan, okay? And they played soccer. Now, how many kids in America? And football and soccer in Japan. I'm not talking Panda Express restaurant. I'm talking the real Japan here, folks. Now, they're going to tell you what that's like. What was playing like in Japan 6 years?
It's actually pretty fun because we played in the mud a lot.
They played in the mud a lot.
I would like to get dirty, and then it was raining sometimes.
So it rained a lot, and they got in the mud a lot.
Yeah, it was fun. Soccer, I was like MVP a lot.
We both were.
Yeah,
Me, Michael, and Calvin.
We were MVP for football in the Spartan.
Kadena
Spartan, I was a quarterback.
How far is that from Tokyo, you know?
No. That's like
Me too.
a different island.
Different island altogether. Folks, you're going to have to look up the name of the island is what?
Okinawa, Japan.
Okinawa. Now, you know Okinawa was part of World War. Which one, though? Yeah, Okinawa.
They are.
No, they're the ones that had the bombing.
No, that was Hiroshima.
Okinawa was also people.
Right.
Go ahead.
That was.
Okinawa is the one with the air base. Kadena Air Base.
They have the Kadena Air Base there. And a lot of people ran to the water to get to the base. They actually went to Okinawa. Another great spot there is Mito. Did you guys do train, bicycles, and all that every day? And how did you commute? Did you commute by car or by train?
Car.
By car. Did you ride the trains at all?
No.
No, they didn't. One of the greatest things about
the language, did they learn to speak Japanese?
But
okay, they're going to give you a...
We lost our tutor.
She had something
The family business.
Arigato.
Arigato.
Arigato. Kamdami-sa. Say hi. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, go ahead. Go. Say good night. You don't remember? Okay. You're putting them on the spot. I'm going to get them ready again. I'm going to give them a quick course.
Lenny, do you speak Japanese yourself?
If you go to my YouTube page, I have Lynda Randle ESL Japanese 5-student program. I'm teaching broadcasting in Japanese and English with Vin Scully. I had 5 students training. It's an ESL internship program. And you'll see Kiki and Sharam and all the students in the house and in the Dodger Stadium live with Vin Scully. And I'll send you that post as well. Vin Scully loves Japanese.
Bring Vin Scully to these airwaves, and I'll ask him about his old days of being a New York Giant fan just like myself. He was a Mel Ott fan when he was growing up. The Fordham University, a great film, Billy. What pipe?
Michael has something. He says when he comes up to Oakland or San Francisco, he wants you to take him to the best sushi place because he misses Japanese sushi.
Oh, we'll do that.
Are there any spots in Alameda?
We have such terrific sushi. I'm in Alameda. We have good sushi in Alameda, too. But you're going to want to go to San Francisco when you come up here. So,
is there one in Alameda County where you live?
Oh, of course. I live in the city of Alameda, let alone Alameda County, and we have some terrific sushi in Alameda.
Okay. So we'll make it a sushi day.
That'll be
when we bring our expo up there. That'll be awesome.
I can't wait. Lenny, that'll be...
You want to say goodbye and something?
Oh, wait, I got it. I knew it, but
Okay. And I'm going to say arigato in Japanese. Thank you.
All right. Good show, Lenny.
Okay.
Terrific. We will be back tomorrow, and as per usual, I will tie these together, and at the end of the week,
okay.
Make a show.
Let me close with our pro, John Hardy, who I've talked about earlier. Give me your website and your name and what you're doing. That'll be.
Hello. Hey, this is John Hardy Tuliao.
Hey, John, I'm Ralph Tycho. Very nice to meet you.
Okay, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, John Hardy Tuliao. You can look me up on YouTube, find a couple highlights. Just a free agent trying to obtain a goal, trying to make it to the highest level playing NFL. So just putting in work, helping out these kids
John,
today.
How did you meet up with Lenny?
Lenny's an old friend. Me and his son grew up together, played Pop Warner, and played high school together, and we actually played against each other in college. He went to UNLV, I went to University of Hawaii.
Oh. And was football your first sport, or did you play baseball as well?
Football was my first sport. I played basketball for fun, but I got serious with football in high school my sophomore year, and I've been playing ever since.
Good. Where you trying out next year?
Hopefully, if everything falls in line, I'm going to try out for these CFL teams and NFL teams, and we'll see where it goes.
Beautiful. John, you're very, very articulate. You take it as far as you can, stay healthy with it, and more than anything, have fun with it. How about that?
Yes, I have to enjoy the process.
Absolutely. And remember, it's just that. It's a trip. Enjoy it all the way through.
Yep. I appreciate that.
My pleasure. And you have a wonderful, wonderful day and a wonderful career. And you're blessed in Lenny's company, I got to tell you.
Thank you, I am. I appreciate that. You have a blessed day as well.
All right. Lenny, thank you very much for a good show.
Okay, thank you.
We'll be back in the morning,
right,
and have a great one.
We woke up, everybody. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Everybody's birthday today.
Every day's a holiday, and tomorrow is Sunday.
All right.
All right.
Arigato. Shalom.
Adios. Shalom, Lenny.
Adios. Ciao, ciao. Shalom.
I am
Hello,
back
everybody.
with Lenny Randle on Lenny Randle's Corner. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing blessed because I got 32 people out here trying to have their dream come true. Scholarships in sports. And I got a mom here who's behind about 200,000 kids, former parole agent and now and track star from Tennessee in Northridge. Lynda Randle, who's produced about, I don't know how many, 5 brothers of athletes in her family, including Mayor Bradley. I'd like to ask you this, Ralph. Have you ever heard of FloJo?
Yes, I have indeed.
Well, this is Linda Lowe. She ran like FloJo. She ran track.
All right.
Welcome to the show.
Who are you running from to get into the parole business? That's what I want to know.
No one.
All right.
I like their money and their benefits.
How can you beat the money and the benefits any day of the week? Tell me about your track.
That's why I'm outside now enjoying the sun, because I'm totally retired.
Well, tell me about your illustrious brother and your track career in no particular order.
I had 5 brothers.
Okay.
I was the only girl for a long time, so my parents believed in sports and education, and I just followed their direction. And I just happened to be a speedster on top of that.
And one of your brothers was Mayor Bradley.
Yeah, one of my brothers is Mayor Bradley. My husband is Lynda Randle, Major League Baseball.
Oh, so very nice to meet you. I had no idea. Lenny Randle's wife. My God, you're both blessed.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely.
She slows me down. She's the only one that can slow me down.
No, she speeds you up, no doubt.
She's faster than me.
Okay. What a thrill it is for me to talk to you, Miss Randle.
Well, it's a thrill for me to talk.
Yeah. Absolutely. I wonder how you ever got a word in edgewise, and now I know. You're right. You're right with them.
I have no way.
Okay.
Ralph, let me put it to you like this. She in her business, she has a license to kill. She's packing, so I have to know when to shut up, and I got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them, like Kenny Rogers.
Okay. Hey, you got to tell me. I'm so unprepared for this interview. How did you first meet Lenny?
We grew up in the same neighborhood, went to the same elementary, junior high, and high school.
Oh, wow.
And I'm going to put it to you another way, Ralph. I was on parole since the 3rd grade.
No more parole, or you're going to jail.
Did you have classes together in school?
No, I'm a tad bit younger than he is.
Okay.
But much wiser, of course. No, that's a joke. Anyway.
Ralph, I'm still trying to see some ID. I think she's 39 forever. She never goes past 39.
That's a good trait to have, let me tell you. So young at heart, and what keeps you young at heart, I'm sure was your kids, really. And,
well, let's put it like this. I'm 39 plus tax. But anyway, yeah, I'm still going. I'm like the Energizer Bunny.
Okay. What was your biggest race? That you remember, your most in school?
Well, I was a sprinter. I did long jump sprints.
Give me time.
I don't remember all those times. I'm just happy to be here.
10 500 meters and a 19 broad jump, and she did the discus, and she won the CDC, and she could have been on Olympic team if she wanted to.
Let me say this. See, my husband, he steals the show, so I gotta go. Nice meeting you.
No. Go ahead.
No, don't go. Please stay. Don't go. Nice meeting you.
That's why I'm in the background. My husband steals the show, and so I'm just in the background.
Take over the show. Lenny, can you just let her take over the show? I want to know, what I want to know, the development of Bradley and what you guys agreed on in his athletic career, how you guys differed.
Basically, coming from the same era, our parents knew each other. We had older brothers and sisters that knew each other. And so our basic fundamentals were the same, so we didn't really disagree on anything. We just knew how to go about what we needed to do, and both of us being in sports, we had a good I, as to, coaches, education, NCAA, NFL, college courses, college counselors, we were on top of everything. We never let anybody take control of Bradley. We always oversaw everything.
Wonderful.
And, we knew what we had, so we were making sure that he rose to his highest potential.
Lenny, did he play baseball? I'll ask you both. Was football a first choice?
No, that was kind of like a oops moment. Bradley kept begging me to do Pop Warner football, so when Lenny was in Italy, so I said, okay, I'll let you try it while your dad's out of town. And then it just got in his blood, and we couldn't get it out. So we had him play both sports. I said, you don't know. He played baseball, excellent at that, football, superb at that, and he ran track. So he was an all-year-round athlete.
Now, the move to Italy, did that take some agreeing? Was that an adventure? How did that come about?
That came about because I can't depart from my husband, so I had to make a decision to go for a while. And then, that all worked out, but we still we're on the same course.
You like Italy?
Italy is a beautiful place. A lot of monuments, a lot of tradition. I don't speak Italian, so that was one challenge I had. Lenny's fluent. So the only thing I knew how to say in Italian was, Lenny, what did they say? So that was my Italian adventure. But the people were warm and friendly, and I have no regrets in going to Italy. Matter of fact, we just came back. Where were we? Oh, in Rome. Rome is kind of busy for me.
We went to Sassari and Porto Torres at Via Pia in Italia. Bella lì. Hi. I'm going to talk to you in a second.
Do you have a son?
Come over. I have a parent here. I got to share this with you. His name is Diesel. He's a pitcher. And this is my first time meeting Diesel's dad. And Diesel is an 11-year-old with a 15-year-old body. He could be like the next Bryce Harper, and he doesn't even know it. And I've seen his dad for the first time, and I think he was going to be like Billy Barney, and now he's like Shaq. How you doing? He's about, 6'7", 6'5"? He's 6'10", and 250 cut, like Ray Lewis. But he has a demeanor of, Paul Gasol, or Mark Gasol, okay? And his son's a stud, third baseman, pitcher. Some kind of way we got him 3 hits last week, and he's still living on the fantasy of going to the Hall of Fame at 11. This is his dad. This is Diesel's dad. Go ahead.
How are you?
National show.
How are you? What's your name, sir?
My name is Will Hernandez.
Will Hernandez. I'm Ralph Tycho. Very nice to meet you.
Very good to meet you.
Good. Let me ask you this. How did you and Lenny meet?
We met through Bradley Randle at the W.
Okay. And what was your first experience at the W with your son? How did it come about that you brought your son to the W? What impressed you?
Fantastic experience. The intensity, the care for my son that Bradley and Lenny exhibit for him is second to none. Obviously, everybody wants the best for their child, and this is the next step for him. So I'm very excited for him to be working with both of them.
Did he play other sports and go to football, or is he still playing other sports?
He started off playing football. This is his third year playing baseball. So, yeah.
And he's a pitcher?
He's a pitcher, third baseman, yes.
Okay, let me ask you this. As a parent, there's an awful lot going on about injuries and rotocuffs and pitch limitations and what have you. Is this something that's discussed at the academy? at the W?
Definitely. Obviously, their physical well-being is top priority for them. So, injury prevention, definitely pitch counts and all that good stuff is definitely addressed.
Okay. Do you think it's a plus or a minus for an athlete, a young athlete, to concentrate on one sport or to play a myriad of different sports?
In my opinion, any athlete is able to play.
We have opinions.
Correct. So I think the more well-rounded they are, the better athletes they become.
Okay. Sometimes that works and sometimes you're not you become a jack of all trades and a master of none kind of thing. I don't know.
Let me put it to you like this. I'm going to use a Tim Tebow example, or I could use a Mickey Mantle example, or Joe DiMaggio, or Ted Williams. And I've been around the best players in the world. And I've seen Kobe Bryant play soccer better than he plays basketball. In Italy, in Rimini. Kobe's an awesome soccer player. I've seen Steve Nash kick a ball further than Vinatieri kicks a field goal 60 yards into a goalpost. But he's playing with the Kings, or I don't know who he's with now, but he was a Laker and a former Sun. So I've seen guys now like Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders cross-train. I played 3 sports. I only took a nap when I had to go play basketball because I had to go from football right to basketball. I take a nap, boom, and I'm doing baseball. Okay, and I didn't complain. It kept me busy, kept me intellectually eligible for school. I had to keep a 2.5 or better, or my dad would have shot me in the toe. He was a military guy. He carried a Uzi and a knife. Okay? My mom go, no spoon, no food, no eat, no homework. Okay? And that wasn't sick. That was just written on the door every day I went outside the house. And it's glued to our heads. And now my son is passing this on to Diesel and Brandon and all these other kids, and I'm going, he's listening. They're actually listening to. I'm talking to Brandon. He's laughing here because he's saying the same thing I'm saying, and you probably said the same to your kids or whatever. And now I'm trying to get Diesel, who's not shy anymore, to be a broadcaster baseball player. Okay? Can you imagine him being like Mike Trout and talking smack?
Hey, not just being like Mike, being like Jose Altuve and talking
Altuve,
smack.
Yeah. Altuve. Right. Yeah, and look,
I'm sticking up for the little second baseman, Lenny.
I love the guy. I love that guy. My whole life I've been an Altuve.
He could be the best player in baseball right now. I mean, in terms of overachieving, this playoff series notwithstanding, of course, he's not having a very
he's having a good series. He's hitting 333. It's still a good series. He's doing great. He's doing fine. People, he expect his bar is high now. His bar is so high that if Babe Ruth was playing him right now, they go, wow, he's up there. If Reggie Jackson was playing right now, he goes, well, he's right up there. I mean, where's the bar now? I mean, Baez hit 2 home runs last night, and his bar was low. Okay, went down to 0 for 29 years or something. And then all of a sudden, he hits 2 home runs, and he jumps up to DiMaggio, and he jumps up to the greatest player, Rod Carew, or who do you pick? Giles? I don't know who you want to pick. But he's having a good series.
Let me ask you this. When I think of a second baseman like Altuve, I think of his double play combination, Correa. Those two could be as good as any play right now. And I want you to tell me, as a former professional second baseman, what goes into making up a good double play combination? And
I'm going to give it to you kind of simple. I had Rod Carew and Billy Martin teaching me how to play, manager and a player. And I listened. And then I had Nellie Fox telling me how to turn a double play and Louis Aparicio. And I listened. So I had some of the greatest second basemen ever, Bobby Richardson. And the current guys, Toby Harrah and I used to do 25 to 50 double plays a day. And Roy Smalley. And
this is in batting practice, fielding practice, right?
Pre-game warm-ups, we wanted to be the best second baseman and shortstop combination, so we came up with that.
I go out to the park early. They don't seem to have that anymore.
It's an I-me generation now. I hate to say it. iPad, my pad, your place, iPhone, my phone, my space, your space. It's nothing about team. It's the individual thing. It's changed. It used to be pride to go out and turn them with Guerrero and with Concepcion in the winter with Manny Trio, Ivan de Jesus. It was fun to do these names you probably know then and don't know now. Even Kurt Vavakua, who was played every position for the Padres and the Cincinnati Reds. It's funny to watch him and Darryl Thomas or Ozzie Smith and Templeton turn double plays. Because sometimes guys would get sick and the other guy would go in and they still worked on their craft. You had pride. Listen, if you turn a double play, that's like game over. You could stop an inning, kill a rally, make the other team go home. It's a killer. Double play is the best weapon in baseball. It's up there with the stolen base and the squeeze.
With all the shifting going on, how you don't see the double plays, the traditional double plays.
I'm gonna tell you what's going to happen. You're going to see Rizzo bunt on a shift. He's going to bunt to third, and he's going to steal second. Those that have that power and ability to think beyond baseball, that are not mental midgets, I call them. If anybody had a chef on me and Diesel's dad, we would lay one down and steal second and third and go, what's with the shift? I mean, how stupid can you be? Listen, yesterday I saw somebody hit a line shot. I think a Schwartzer hit a line shot to the third baseman playing shortstop. So after he got in the dugout, Rizzo go, you should have laid it down. you would have been on first. A line shot, you just out. A line shot, and the shifts half of the team's in right field. He's a left-hand hitter, and half the team's in right field. Okay? And then there's that one guy at third, and he hits right to the guy at third. So you beat the shift. A bad bunt evens a hit. It doesn't have to be perfect, because the third baseman's at the shortstop's position. It's just mental midgets, I call it.
Lenny, speaking of that, Lenny, you got coaching from Ted Williams to bunt against the shift, this, that, and the other.
Ted Williams bunted. I had a guy, his size, this guy.
Did Ted Williams have a bunt
Ted
against
Williams,
the shift?
listen. Ted Williams put his hand on the Bible and made Frank Howard bunt. Frank Howard, 6'8", 330 pounds, bunted. I saw Dave Winfield.
Did Ted Williams ever bunt himself against the shift in his career?
Yes, he did. Yeah, Ted Williams bunted. No, I know that. He told us. Why would he lie to us?
Well,
we were his future young phenoms coming up. Why would he lie to us?
Maybe he was trying to get you to go do as I say, not as I do type thing. Where
no, but Ralph, think about it.
I don't remember ever hearing it. He was stubborn that he against going the other way.
Let me give you a little secret about baseball. Let me give you a little secret about
out of his game, Lenny.
Let me give you a secret about baseball. All you got to do it is one time and the shift's over. One time and all the league's going, he bunted, he will bunt, and then boom, the shift's over. So if you just do it one time, you don't have to do it anymore. Because now they're in fear. It's a fear factor. Your logic. If a guy like, what's his name, the center, Kareem or whoever currently, Gasol shot threes all day, and they go, oh my God, we got to go on the perimeter now. He shot 2 threes out of 2 years or 14 years. All of a sudden, everybody's landing deep.
I'll tell you what, I go back to, speaking of bunting, Mickey Mantle was a terrific drag bunter.
Exactly.
I mean, he had that down, and he'd pick up 3 or 4 hits a year doing that. That makes a difference.
So who do you think is the best bunter in the history of San Diego Padres? And you can't say Gary Templeton because I already said that name, and you can't say Ozzie Smith because I already said that name. So you got a list of 500 more guys.
Tony Gwynn?
Tony Gwynn. Yeah, there you go. All right. 388, 350, 325, 200 hits. A lot of pride. 8 or 9 home runs. Ted told him, if you got to go down, lay it down. Ted fished with him. Ted was a fisherman with him. Trained him. He listened.
Boy, that show we did together when you talked about how fishing, Ted equated fishing with hitting. Strong hands, concentration, don't take the first fish that's offered kind of thing. That was a beautiful diatribe, Lenny. I'm gonna pick that out and use that as a highlight thing. It's tremendous. I'm getting a lot from you and talking to you, but the highlight of this morning is your wife. Wow.
Oh, the highlight of my day is I woke up and she didn't stab me and I got dinner and breakfast. I'm good.
Or, the nice thing is if she did stab you, you wouldn't say anything.
No, it'd be well deserved. I just said, let me make sure I come back with the chef.
Say, honey, yeah, well.
Honey, I'm home.
Yeah, could you get a tourniquet?
Yeah.
Please. All right, Lenny, this is cool.
All right.
We'll
all right, talk to you soon.
Good. I want to see some sort of proof that Ted Williams ever bunted in his career. He talked bunting when he was a manager, but we'll see that someday.
I'm going to tell you, Peter Golenbeck knows that, and about 400 other people.
Peter Golenbeck knows everything. Peter Golenbeck knows everything.
Yeah, he knows it for sure.
All right.
Okay. Talk to you soon. Shalom. Shalom. Toda rabah.
Shalom
bye,
and
people.
Adios.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye. Ciao.
Lenny Randle's Hot Corner. I'm Ralph Tycho, Comfortably Zoned Radio Network, and we got the man on the line. How are you, sir?
I'm blessed. Molto piacere. Tutti gente mondiale, that's all. You're calling with a guy Italiano via Temecula. Okay, I'm with a guy who's Italiano. He's from Siciliano, but he's in Temecula. Calabrese.
Yeah.
Tutti Italia. And he's a corporate manager with Dash Ford. For those of you who have car trouble, call him or call Amanda. Amanda's like, she'll fix your engine for free.
Charge you later.
Charge you later. Double.
One of the great things about corporate sales and corporate people, they were all athletes. He looked like a linebacker, kind of a Howie Long looking kind of guy. So, are you ready for this, folks?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. I'm going to ask him a question because I don't know if he's an athlete or not, but he has that look. So are you an athlete?
I'm not.
You're not. Did you ever play?
Did not. Too small.
Did you roll the ball, soccer, or kick a bowling ball?
No.
Did you ever run around the field?
Played bocce a couple of times.
Bocce. That makes him a sport. He's an athlete. He did bocce with his right arm or lefty.
Right-handed.
He's a right-handed.
An interesting show. Well, there are things that transcend from sales, from corporate stuff to athletics. Why don't you ask him what makes him successful, and we'll learn something.
Leadership qualities. What makes you successful?
Loving my job, loving people, loving Jesus. Simple.
In that order.
Loving Jesus first, in that order.
That was simple. You're looking for like a Norman Rockwell painting story kind of thing. Huh? That's great.
It's all about poise and people. Poise and people will get you successful in anything you do, whether it's sports, business, investing, poise and people.
Okay. Well, that certainly is your philosophy. I can't disagree with that.
He's having a corporate meeting here at the office, and I think it's about, they're like in a huddle. And here's a guy that made me buy a car for 40 push-ups.
Made a customer
40 push-ups. Hal made me buy a car for 40 push-ups. You're on radio.
No, he made me do push-ups for the sale of the car.
Let's go outside. Let's take it outside. All right. Let's take it outside. I don't know if I want everybody. Come on. All right, go ahead. This is Hal. He's from Wisconsin, Minnesota football player, and he's in car sales now.
I'm a huge Minnesota fan. No, I'm not from Wisconsin, but I'm a big Minnesota fan.
And
wow. Well, how'd you get to be a Minnesota fan, and do you remember Fran Tarkington?
Are you kidding me? I got his jersey.
Really?
That was the first jersey I bought.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure it was the first jersey he sold that day.
It's a young lady.
100 years ago.
Amanda has a. Now here's an interesting thing. He's a Viking and she's a Aaron Rodgers fan. Cheesehead, Green Bay. This is like I'm sitting here with love hate, and I got to separate him for the show. You know that, right?
No, I'm sure it's friendly.
I don't know. I see some knives. I'll let you know after the show who's alive. Okay.
That's right.
All right. Well,
now, you know, they have like 140,000 people sold out already, and in Wisconsin, all the fans own the team.
Mm-hmm.
It's an ownership of the fans.
Is that where you're from, Wisconsin?
And that's amazing. A lot of people don't know that corporate side of sports. Fans can actually own a team. So that makes them unique.
One of the reasons the franchise is thriving because it is owned by the fans.
I'm good. How many will help you today?
And Amanda did the Lambeau Leap. She's going to tell you how she did it. Go ahead. Thank you.
Well, I scored that touchdown. I jumped right up there, just like Jordy Nelson does.
That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. How do you guys know Lenny? That's what I want to know. How'd you get fortunate enough to meet Lenny?
I work at Gosh Ford, and he always comes in to visit us.
Ah, does he buy one once in a while?
I brought him a Magic Johnson. I was at the Dodger Stadium, and I was with Magic Johnson in the booth. So I was getting my car serviced. I left the car there, and I said, I'll bring you guys something special back. So I brought him his cake, his birthday cake, and I put it on the dealership's floor. I gave it to Ken, and Ken said, I'm not sharing this. I go, Ken, no, you're sharing this cake. Because I got to get my car worked on, and I don't want anybody pissed off at me. I don't want to have a missing muffler.
I'm just guessing for a surprise for me in the show that Magic is going to be on in a minute.
Okay.
You always handle two things. That ain't going to happen. Or, okay, you would think what you want.
I'm in shock right now, so I'm going to go with that. Sometimes you have a shocking moment, and you had your Kodak.
Call Magic and put him on the air with me.
Call Magic right now, okay? Three-way with Magic, and I'm sitting at a dealership, okay?
Okay.
Hold on. Seriously, hold on. Let me see what I can get today. Hold on. One second.
I'm back with Lenny on Lenny Randle's Hot Corner. I'm Ralph Tycho, Comfortably Zoned Radio Network. What it is, Lenny?
I got a surprise for everybody because a lot of people are hard on Philadelphia Phillies and Philadelphia 76ers and Philadelphia Eagles and Philadelphia car salesmen, anything in Philly for some reason. So, and I'm going to bring in another guy with. Hold on, guys. Hey, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, Joe, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, this is okay.
No, this
I got
is
I have a five-way going on, guys. I got Philadelphia, I got San Francisco, I got Alameda, California, and I got who else is on the show? Who did I miss?
You missed me.
I got Larry in Palm Springs. Hello, everybody. Welcome to chaos.
Thank you.
Here's what this is the first time in the history of mankind that we've done a five-way show, folks. So get ready for whatever happens in St. Louis, stays in Las Vegas.
Is that Larry Reich? I recognize his voice. How you doing, Larry?
I'm doing pretty good. Actually, I was just calling Lenny to let him know I'm now awake.
Okay.
Joe, let me let you know.
Congratulate you, Larry. We were betting the odds the other way, but you made it. Congratulations on being awake.
Oh, I appreciate it.
I got to share this with you. Joe's son called me at 5 a.m. in the morning, so I was awake at 5 a.m. He's in college doing finals. So, Joe, drop and give me 40, Joe, for your son. He's at Cabrini College. He's a pitcher,
what
yeah.
Do you want him done by?
Let's take that one. Having Iverson help him.
All right. So who else is on the five-way here?
Now Joe's in Philadelphia and he's a 76er fan, so don't hold that against him, anybody.
I certainly won't.
And don't hold it against him because the Eagles in first place.
Which is absolutely amazing. He deserves it. If you're an Eagle fan, it's like being a Jet fan. If you're in first place, it's block party time. Am I right?
Joe came over I'm going to share this with you. Joe came over to Italy with us, and he stayed, and he's just getting back after 2 years. I don't know why, but I will talk about that later on the next show.
Okay.
Well, it was my 25th anniversary.
Oh, okay.
On our honeymoon, we went to Italy, and I figured on our 25th anniversary, I'd go back and pick her up and bring her back home.
Gosh, he left her there and came back 2 years later. Okay.
Well, and
that's another show. Okay.
Now we have 3 other shows coming down the pike.
Yeah, we went to the Villa Pia Maria. Go ahead.
Who's from Philadelphia?
Joe Chipsy. Go ahead, Joe.
Hey, Joe, are you familiar with Pearson's Sporting Goods store in Philly?
Familiar.
Pardon me?
I'm familiar. It sounds familiar.
Well, big sporting goods store used to supply the Philadelphia A's. That's how far back they go. And they're run by my camp buddies from long ago. Yeah, the Pearsons. So
wow,
that goes way back.
That goes way back, and so I go way back. And
so I don't go as far back as to the A's, but as a kid, I did go to Connie Mack Stadium to watch the Phillies play.
All right. Do you remember Chuck Bednarik with the Eagles?
He played around the time I was born, but I know who he is.
Last two-way player in the National Football League. Played center and linebacker. Was a star at both sports. So, little Philadelphia history for you, my friend.
Thank you.
Funky Philly. Recently, guys, I was with Larry Boa and Pete McCannon in Philly. They were they went to an Angel game, and Larry and Pete goes, Lenny, we want out of here. We want to go coach and manage in Italy. It's a lot calmer.
Oh, whoa.
He goes, Ralph, we'll work for food. 5-course meals a day. We're down.
Well, hopefully they change the team. The Phillies are looking promising for next year.
They look good. Who did you guys trade? You make some trades or what?
Well, nothing yet. We'll wait to see what happens after the World Series.
Okay. So,
all right.
I'm sure they're
speaking
going
of
to get
Italian food, when you played in New York, did you get to eat at Mama Leone's at all?
Oh my God, that was when we go to the pitcher's mound with Seaver and Craig Swan, that was our discussion. It wasn't about the hitter. It was about where are we eating tonight. Joe Torre would go, okay, I went to Regine's. Mama Leone is having the special. We go, tagliatelle, risotto pescatore. He goes, no. And then he would fart on the mound. And he goes, can you smell it? It's ragu. It's ragu and cannoli and cannelloni. And I'll go, Joe, can we leave now? He goes, I'm not making this stuff, guys, up. I'm putting it in
That's what goes on at pitchers conference. You're not talking about throw 2 curveballs, one in the dirt, brush them back. No, you're talking about restaurants and what have you.
Mama Leone
has to break the ice. Seriously, does a conversation like that would break? Yeah, and get outside of yourself a little bit and have fun with it.
Well, the great thing about it, Joe and Ralph, when he farted, the pitcher, the aroma would still be on the mound, so he would hurry up and throw a strike and get off the mound. He'd come running off the mound. The umpire wouldn't come. The umpire wouldn't come out. No, the umpire wouldn't come out. He goes, "I'm not coming out."
How long are you in the States for, Lenny, and when do you go back to Italy?
10 more days, unless Joe's got a plan for me to take him and his family, and Melissa, Sheffy, half his family's going with me to Villa Pia Maria in Sassari.
Okay.
Right, Joe? Joe's been there before, and now he thinks he owns the joint.
Lovely area, Sardinia.
Oh, my God. Listen, guys, I couldn't get him out the Mediterranean Sea. So even the dolphins are going, "Who's Joe? Who's Joe?"
So Joe plays Italian ball. Tell me about your career a little bit, Joe, please.
Career?
Yeah.
Not much of one. I'm in the insurance business. I'm pretty much following my son, who's playing college ball now in his second year, and just having a good time. Letting him experience playing baseball in Italy and the college experience, and see what happens from there.
Beautiful, beautiful. Is he going to be drafted when he comes out of college?
Well, hopefully by a nice corporation that'll give him a good job.
Oh, okay.
You're
a pragmatic dad. Nothing wrong with being pragmatic in today's day and age.
Yeah, typical Phillies fan. Hope for the best. Yeah, expect the worst, but hope for the best. But hey, whatever he wants to do. That's a long road for anybody. It's a long shot for anyone. But you never know.
You never know, and the journey is fun, and he'll have experiences that he wouldn't ordinarily get to live his life that way if it weren't for sports. So you do never.
The great thing, he's like a Tommy John, guys. He's a lefty with a lot of swag on the mound. You know, he's got a lot of swag on the mound. He's like Randy Jones, Tommy John, lefty, crafty.
Oh boy.
No pressure, Joe. Sorry, no pressure.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, no kidding.
None whatsoever. He's from Philadelphia. He takes it all in. And then boos Santa Claus.
I was at that game.
Really?
Yeah, that game, absolutely.
That is an experience of a lifetime, really. If you were indeed.
With Lenny being the most interesting man in baseball, I've been to some interesting events. The snowball game, they threw snowballs at Jimmy Johnson.
I remember
that game.
Yes.
The body bag game against Washington Redskins on Monday Night Football.
Right.
Wow.
That was a good one.
By me.
Oh,
Life of a fan.
The Eagles. Yeah, that's over 20 years ago. Probably, I think it was in 1990. Monday Night.
Were you at the one?
Washington.
What about the one where Cunningham jumped over 5 players and scored?
No, that I watched on TV. That was the Giants.
Okay.
That was, yeah. But
Randle,
been a lot of interesting Eagles games.
Tell me, Lenny. Let me interrupt a second. Who first dubbed you the most interesting man in baseball?
Dan Epstein, Rolling Stone magazine. I'm going to call him next if we get a break here. He's a little down and out. Yeah, he's a little down and out because the Cubs lost last night, so he's in Chicago.
I can well imagine. It's World Series time for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Who'd have thunk?
Well, Philly's happy the Dodgers are in it because they got some of their players.
Lenny, the Dodgers went through two incredible streaks, one good, one bad. How do you account for that? That a great World Series team, you have to, it comes down to that, can streak so violently up and down. What is that about?
I was talking about that with Larry, with the kids, the 31 kids yesterday on the radio station. Dave Roberts gave them a pep talk like Patton, like Billy Martin, like Ted Williams, like Whitey Herzog, and said, guys, I'm taking the ship to shore. Who wants to go to shore? Are we going to stay out here and drown in the water, or are we going to go to shore? And they said, we're going to shore. Kershaw, lead us on. Pugh goes, I got this, Skip. Pugh goes, I got this. And Turner goes, let Hernandez play. Let Hernandez play. And everybody went, who's Hernandez? Well, the guy that hit 3 home runs, let him play. It's kind of like fresh meat. When you bring fresh blood, fresh to a shark, or fresh meat to a house like Larry's or Ralph's or Joe's, you get fresh meat, fresh linguine. You can't wait to dive in and eat it. Those kids that are on the bench that were waiting for their opportunity to play changed the momentum of the game. When you're hungry to play in the spotlight and you're a money player, change the momentum of the game. You may not get another shot. Eminem said what? You get one shot. You get one shot, Eminem said. And look at those kids. They got a shot, and look what they did. They just catapulted somebody's starting position out of the world. You didn't hear about Hernandez all season. Am I right, guys?
Right. He just took over.
Now you're trying to figure out what is this Keith Hernandez's cousin? What Hernandez is?
Right. And
yeah, so
should you be falling in love in September or April? That's something.
At this point, Magic Johnson is happy that he's on the face of the franchise. Okay, and Dave Roberts is happy. Kershaw's daddy just is adopting kids. It's going to be rocking in L.A., folks. It's going to be rocking in L.A. Watch.
You know,
you're going to see.
Why I'd love to talk to Magic is just simply to be one of the guys to say, congratulations, big guy. Holy Toledo, you turned it around in 3 years.
If he can just teach Pugh to shoot a three-pointer, we're in.
Right.
He'll make a long shooting guard. He might take Kershaw and make him his forward.
Speaking of somebody whose career was turned around, was that by Dave Roberts? Was that by just growing up? What happened with
Dave Roberts? Larry, you know this too because you've probably been in the Angel history with the Dodgers and that. Dave Roberts was a former Boston Red Sox hero, base stealer. Give me a chance, I'll steal the base. Give me a chance, I'll play right field, center field. Give me a chance, I'll coach the top.
He was a playoff hero too. He took that extra base and won that game.
He understands the mindset of guys on the bench. He's a guy off the bench. He's the 10th man. He's the 12th man. You know, those guys understand the game. Lasorda was a 15th man. He understands not to play. So when you get a guy like that,
would you rather be the 15th man in the majors or the first man in Montreal? That's what. When Montreal was a farm club of the Dodgers, I might add.
Yeah. I remember that history with the Philippe Alou all the way to Jackie Robinson breaking in, and Jackie Robinson didn't want to go to America. He was loving France. He was loving Montreal. La Vive la France. They treated him royal, and they won up there. And then when Deuce Snyder and Drysdale went up there, go, why are we staying in L.A.? Why we want to go to Brooklyn? It was awesome. It was a great era. Montreal is a great city. They need a franchise again.
Absolutely that. No question. And all these guys get Dawson and Raines so underrated in baseball.
Pete Rose, Tony Perez, they had a great team up there.
Absolutely.
Legrand Orange, Rusty Staub, Gary Carter. Come on, guys.
He was your teammate on the Mets, Legrand. I named a puppy Rusty at one time.
A puppy named Rusty?
Got him back. That year they got him back. He was your teammate, was he not?
Yeah, he was phenomenal. Him and Joe Namath in a clubhouse together talking about food. And I'm like 20.
He has a restaurant. Had a restaurant in New York. Oh, you guys must have had every night. Couldn't buy a drink in New York, I'm sure. Did drink. Had to be terrific. What was the difference between playing for the Mets and the Yankees, basically?
Well, the food was better with the Mets than it was with the Yankees in the clubhouse. If you want to go there. Rusty was a chef. On the field, playing with Reggie and Billy Martin and Nettles and Oscar Gamble and Mickey Rivers and Roy White and Lou Piniella. It was a cartoon reality show every day, folks. Every day. Every day. Tommy John would go. Tommy John was like Pat Boone. We didn't know if he was going to bring guitar or pitch. Louis Piat was a character.
Did you have
we had characters.
Personal interactions with Steinbrenner?
George was awesome. Called me up to the office. I said, George, I need a letter to verify that you're my boss now so my parents will believe I'm a Yankee because they don't believe I'm here in New York. And he wrote the letter. I still have the letter. And he goes, I'm going to see. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I still have the letter.
He actually sat down and wrote the letter.
He wrote a letter. He goes, Lenny, it's great to have you.
Concern.
Yeah, to whom we make no. I go, no, don't put to whom. Put Lenny's parents. He's not on parole. He's a Yankee. He's fine.
Okay. Because they were in doubt, and I'm sure he's thinking, well, got to reassure those folks that everybody can make it in today's day. All you got to do is pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Well, you guys all know, when you're a Yankee, no one in the world believes that is the most historical franchise in the history of mankind. Am I right, guys? Love it or hate them. It's just the way it is. Love them or hate them. They get more publicity than anybody on the planet.
And our friend Peter Golenbach, in 4 or 5 different books, chronicalizes it just unbelievably well.
Larry, have you read any of his books? Larry still there, or is Larry gone?
Oh, Larry.
Oh, Larry, yeah. Joe, have you read it? Joe, I know you hate the Yankees, but have you read any of the Yankee books?
No, I haven't, and I am a fan of the Yankees.
Oh, okay. So you're the only one that's silly.
Yeah, there may be 2 other people.
200 people. 2 other people.
2 other.
2 other. Okay. It's an amazing franchise in the way they get talent, scout talent, treat talent. You got to have your hair short. You got to have a haircut every day. It's an image. It's just a good corporate major league franchise from the top. Steinbrenner was theatrical. The guy had everybody from Lorna Luft to Eartha Kitt to Backstreet Boys coming to the stadium. Barbara Walters was his hot date. I shouldn't let that out, but I'm letting it out now.
Steinbrenner's hot date, Barbara Walters. Really?
Yeah. To be continued. That's another story.
All right. We look at her. I'm old enough to remember when she didn't look all that bad.
No, she was a hottie. Yeah. Joe called her a cougar. Joe would call her a cougar. But she's a hottie. She was an old hottie.
Yeah.
Her and Martha Stewart.
Absolutely her. She had a look about her. She had that 50s look about her. That
elegant.
That
class.
Throwback Doris Day kind of look. That
Jackie Onassis kind of, or Kennedy. Jackie Kennedy look, Right. You guys remember that?
Short hair, the little curled up at the edges, and that, too cute type thing. But deep down, she was a cunning woman. This woman, she was a chairman of the board kind of woman. Hidden behind the image, the Betty Crocker image.
Yeah, she was an amazing lady. That was she and who was the lady that Ted Turner dated? The famous Jane Fonda?
That was Jane Fonda.
Same look. She had that kind of
Not
look.
just
that
dated,
fire.
married. They were together a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jane Fonda had her moments, certainly, when I was a kid.
Well, she was a team owner, too, of the Atlanta Braves, you know, and the Hawks.
Right.
So she got a little, I'd like to see more women own men teams.
Hey, Turner was an actual manager on the field. Did you know that, Lenny?
Yeah, but Hank Aaron, yeah.
Kuhn put the stop to that.
Yeah.
Fast.
Speaking of management, who do you think would be a good manager, Joe, for the Philadelphia Phillies for next season?
That's a good question. I really got to wait for the fallout after the World Series.
You think Boa should come back? Do you think Pete Rose? I'm just, you think Mike Smith?
Two great candidates, Scotty. Two great candidates, because I'm a Mets fan looking for a manager, too. Two great candidates. Joey Cora got eaten up. One with the Tigers. Rod Gardenhire, who I really wanted to come back to the Mets. Minnesota guy was hired by somebody else, and so that there's not that many folks out there that you might consider a candidate. I would think Lenny Randle could step in tomorrow and manage a major league team.
Probably tough, but it'd be tough
to
manage from. Yeah, it'd be tough
from Italy. It'd be tough to manage from Italy, but would you come back and manage if you were asked, Lenny? Seriously.
Well, seriously, if I was asked to manage, I'd have you guys in my PR department as well. I'm just saying, being serious. And you guys would handle the PR.
It's a good old boy sport, so you're fitting right in right away. I'll be it's amazing. That didn't take long, Lenny.
It would be two awesome perspectives. You guys would have two awesome daily perspectives.
That would be a reversal. That would be a dichotomy right there. Right away, good old boy. Who do I know? Not is he qualified? Not. I just happen to like him.
Well, I mean, I saw Ted Williams bring in guys. I saw Billy.
Don't get me wrong, Lenny. I will take the job.
Okay, good. You're in. So, Joe, I need to know, are you in? I'm going to put my app out there, me and Sandberg.
I'll take that job if it's working.
Okay, John Stearns and I are going for it, and Chris Bando.
Well, I'll ask you, who would be your bench coach, Lenny? Seriously.
Well, I'm going to let them flip for it. Duffy Dyer, John Stearns, Chris Bando. They could pick whatever role they want. I'd leave it up to them. No egos, all egos aside. Let the players rule the team. Let the players rule, basically. We'd have more fun than anybody on the planet.
His cap, when Chris Bando managed in the minors, I think it was Stockton, he gave me his cap for a box of baseball cards. I still have it. I wonder if he still has that box of baseball cards. Chris, anybody out there that doesn't know, Sal Bando's brother, ASU guy, good old boy. Anybody from ASU, Duffy Dyer, ASU guy, good old boy.
Mm-hmm.
You're fitting right in, boy. Lenny, you're going to be...
I bring in all Sun Devils guys. In fact, I'm going to adopt Joe as an alumni for 2 minutes. He has to go through the ritual, the ASU ritual. We'll make him a Philly Sun Devil.
Okay. So what you're saying, Lenny, is that I would say Duffy Dyer...
Duffy for sure. Yeah.
Duffy for sure.
I mentioned it to Duffy already. He goes, I'm in. I mentioned it to Stearns already. I'm in. I mentioned to Chris Bando. I'm in. Now we just got to get the right agent to make the call for us to make it happen. Whatever team, Mets or Philly, period. Open. We're ready.
Lenny,
period.
It's holy Toledo, Lenny. I'm very serious about this.
Our pitching coach is Fergie Jenkins. I just thought I'd get it out there. Our pitching coach is Fergie Jenkins. I'm getting it out there. Former Philly.
Okay. Hall of Famer.
Yes, our pitching. Hall of Famer, knock down, brush him back, let's go.
Would have a hell of a story to tell on these airwaves.
Oh, yeah. Knock down, brush him back, let's go. Little Billy Ball in Philly. Billy Ball in Philly. Billy in Philly.
Do you know Billy from Philly? Do you know Bill Costasius from...
I know Billy Staples. Billy Martin Jr. would come with me as well. Guys, Billy Martin Jr. would be on the staff
Billy
as well.
That's be a great,
the real Billy.
Great couple of interviews. Billy's a terrific guy.
I haven't met him yet.
So you got the coaching staff ready. What would stop it from happening with the Mets? I mean, if I'm Alderson and I look out and I see the type of person you are, your enthusiasm, your love of humanity, your experience, your pedigree, I'm deadly serious, drop dead serious. Why should this not happen?
Well, I would personally say, Sandy, take a break, go to Sicily, live on a boat for like a month, then come back and watch where we're going to be. Or go for the year. We got this. We got this. Just phone it in, brother. Just phone it in. Hands off. Just let us run the club. No ego. We just want to win, right? It's not about personalities and press and ink. We've all had enough publicity for life. Just leave us alone and let us win. I think that's what Philly would want. Or the Mets.
Or the Mets.
Well,
I wish you would have said the Mets. Joe, with all due respect, I'll have to fight you for this one. We'll meet, we'll duel, we'll play chess, we'll decide, we'll flip. I got odds, you got evens. What's it? Whatever it takes, I'll go for Lenny. I'll flip for Lenny anytime as a Met manager. And you can tell Alderson that I'll work in his public address booth, and I'll go, now managing for the Mets.
Yes.
Number 1, Lenny Randle. Number 1. So
you do all the contracts, and they're going to think we swiped the Yankee announcer.
Right. Well, that's true. We just channeled the Yankee announcer. And we only do it. I don't do it every day. I don't get on the subway and go, now this token, number 55. I just save that for special occasions, Lenny. I don't want you to think I'm crazy altogether. Now touching his wife's left hip, number 44. See, Lenny, I get up every morning and I say, what can I do to make Lenny laugh today? His infectious laugh. I'm making the next manager of the Mets or the Phillies laugh. Makes me feel good.
I'll tell you one thing. If this time next year and we're laughing, Joe, you do all the contracts, just so you know. You won't need pressure on you.
Oh.
We'll be laughing all the way to the promised land, guys, getting that trophy at this time next year, if that happens. I'll predict.
All right.
We got hired.
I'm looking forward to it. I'll be riding in the parade with you, Lenny.
Listen, fellas, this parade's going by boat straight to Sicily. We're going to party like rock stars. Okay? It'll be a global party.
My parade's going on the Green Tortoise bus cross country.
Tour de France. We'll go to Tour de France.
All right, my friend.
All right, take care.
It was tremendous meeting you. Larry, if you're still listening to this, I really enjoyed it.
Larry's in shock. He's going to... Go ahead.
Please come back is what I was going to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, what were you going to say, Lenny?
I said Larry's in shock. He just fainted.
Okay. Next manager of the New York Mets, Lenny Randle, signing off. Thanks, guys. See you next week, Lenny.
Thank you, Ralph.
Tuesday it is.
Ciao. All right.
Have a great weekend.
You too. Be well.
Adios, everybody.
Adios.
Bye-bye.
What? What happened? What? Oh, he's a barber, right? I came to his shop the other day with his buddy. Me and Blake. Yeah. I'm blessed 3 times. You forgot? Come on. You going through the back? Or? Yeah. That's why I didn't know how this was going down. Yeah. And when I was looking at him, are you open or not? I'm like, I'm open. Okay. Yeah, do I need a cut? I don't know, man. You got 21 all the time. I just. Yeah, he had 18 all the time. But that's what I'm saying, Pete. Yeah, he wanted me to. I told him we need to switch that up. Oh, we're in the Kool-Aid, bro, like the reality show. I bought Bryce's here too. I got pictures. What time you officially open? 10? Oh. Hello, Ralph.